You cannot say.
I can't say white?
No, you cannot. He will say that he's white. Like, if you ask him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Only on loan applications is what I say.
Only on loan applications. All right, and whenever you are ready, go ahead.
My name is Jesse. I'm 34 years old and I'm from Arkansas.
I'm Lindsay Bissonnette. If this were a student survey that you have to do in high school, I would say I'm white, but I'm Armenian and French.
Well, my name is Jeanne Marie Akins. I am 21. I'm African American. I go to SCAD. I'm a performing arts major. What made me want to do this project, I always wanted to do a project like this. I always wanted to give voice to the people who weren't being heard or being silenced in some sense. You know, I don't think, especially as far as media goes, that we are even being shown. I think we're being capitalized off of, but we're not properly being shown in the media, especially in the right way. A lot of the people who speak on the issues that we have don't live the life we live, don't even visit the areas we live. You understand? So I think it's very important to get the perspective of the people who actually live these lives.
My name is Joseph Lee, and I'm Asian American, but I was born in Texas, States, but my families are from South Korea.
I identify everything black, African American, Afro American.
As you can see, I'm a female that is, you know, of the lesbian, you know what I'm saying, community or whatever. But
That's just what we do, like when we see, like, perceive the world, like see people or things, what's happening around them. And that's why we just go on the easier way, call labeling or stereotyping. And that comes back to us and put it into ourselves into a box.
Yeah, being Middle Eastern isn't the easiest. Yeah, even though Armenians are Christian, people assume that they're, you know, not. So like I remember like after 9/11, just because of the color of your skin, people were like, you know, I'm always randomly selected from TSA. Thank you, TSA. So stuff like that just makes it more difficult. I just laugh at it though.
I don't know, cause like I have never really, like I said, I grew up in a place where I didn't really see black and white until I was about like 10 years old, and I moved down to Georgia. Like I grew up in Illinois, so I never really saw that.
I feel like, I mean, granted, I do get more opportunities as a black man to a certain extent, but compared to black women, excuse me. But when it comes to just black men, period, when they're looking for, I guess either the token or someone of that nature, those roles seem to be more geared towards the light-skinned brothers. And whereas for me, I consider myself, you know, brown-skinned, because that's what I am, but if we're just going to go by society's view as light-skinned versus dark-skinned, I'm in the dark-skinned category.
There are a bit less opportunities for us, but when the opportunities come, they are really honed in to us. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, when they need a white girl, all the white girls in America come up. But when they need a black girl, it's very specific. It's very this, it's very that. So there could be, in a lineup where there could be like 1,000 of the same girl, there could be 100 of us. As if they're looking for someone who is white but not as white, that's me. But if they're looking for a specific race, casting is always hard. But if they're looking for someone who's not specifically white, they'll be like, maybe. So that's my craft. So I guess it's a pro and a con, which is good.
Like my father, he doesn't like do any chores. Sometimes he takes out trash and like clean the room, but like it's mostly my mom doing all the things. But then the funny thing is when my dad talked to me, he's like, get your ass back in the kitchen to help out your mom. And he supports the reason, saying, my generation, your generation is different, so you better, start doing the pregame, otherwise your future wife will kick you out of the house. So that's kind of funny. So we're just kind of in like a mix, I guess. We're still in the male dominant, but he's pushing me into like equal.
Okay.
If that makes any sense to you or not.
Yes, it does. It does.
I feel like my household is very flip-flop.
Mm-hmm.
In the typical sense of, a man brings home the bacon and then the wife cooks.
Mm-hmm.
Both of my parents have jobs, but my dad is very, when you get home, like, y'all are my queens, I'm gonna cater to y'all. So he does the cooking and the cleaning. Like, my mom can come home and sit and do nothing, and my dad will just cater to her, and it's really beautiful. But there are those times when my mom does that too. So it's very just leveled, a very leveled household.
Me or the world?
You.
I feel like you should just do whatever you want. Whatever's gonna help you get through your day easier, you should just do it. Like, life is hard enough without us stressing about if we're wearing women's clothes or men's clothes or something like that.
Right. Question for you. I know you know Jaden Smith, Will Smith's son, is
I'm
a
familiar with Jaden.
new face of women's clothing. How do you feel about that?
So here's how I feel about it. His sexual identity is his sexual identity. If that's how he truly feels, if he wants to dress in that way and he wants to do what he does, I'm cool with it. On the other hand though, why wouldn't you put a woman in that position? Why are you taking jobs for women? That's how I see it. You just took a job from a qualified black woman. It's the same as when you cast a white person for a black role. Just give it to a black woman. Now Jaden's taking jobs from her sisters. You can't win.
I think technology is what makes our society going very individualistic. Well, I'll just put it this way, more ignorant from others. So because we're getting things so much easier, information is just like floating around the world, we are not appreciating the little things, the hard work to get little things, and we tend to get very closed into a box.
It's basically just not being able to be yourself, because it's just like, it took me so long. Like I said, I'm 25 years old. I didn't really get comfortable with myself till I was about 23. Like, not saying I was unhappy or anything, it's just like I really just didn't know who I was, like identity-wise. I didn't know how I wanted to wear my hair. Like, I still don't know how I want to wear my hair for real, but like, it's just, I don't know, it's just, yeah, like, you gotta find yourself. Like, you really just gotta find your own identity and just, you know what I'm saying, accept who you are. And once you accept who you are, you're gonna be good. Like, you're gonna be real good.
Donald Trump, I guess. I don't know. Indifference. I think indifference is the biggest issue we have in America. I mean, you have groups of people from indigenous to African American to Hispanic to women to the LGBT community. It's just to see these people crying out and saying, "What about us?" And for you to just be like, "What about you?" You know?
I think we depend way too much on somebody else to set the standard for us. And as long as we are dependent on somebody else to set a standard for us, we will wait forever. Our kids will wait forever. And the standard will not be a standard that we're designed to fit. We can't wait on nobody to make no opportunities for us. And I think that's what my generation is saying now.
So, my reach is small compared to this world, but I have reach still. Right? I may not be able to reach everybody, but I can reach those around me. It's hard to help people when you're suffering. So, to get myself on my feet and to extend that knowledge and that opportunity to other people and just instill those values in them so they can do the same thing and just let it spread, you know.
I think the most important thing is to be able to understand, to be able to put themselves into others' shoes. Because we often get very, like I said, very selfish and very close-minded. It doesn't see how it would be like to be in somebody else's shoes. I mean, we're all like humans after all.
Right.